Okay, RC back again here. It's July 1943. I had done the French turn and I forgot to do the Netherlands, so we're going to do them here quickly. Here's a quick look at what's all going on with the Netherlands. What they're going to build, they only have $12 to build, so in each factory they're going to drop a tank here. I don't really know what to do with the, no, that was a British escort duty. I don't really know what to do with the fleet here, if it's going to move or not. So we're just going to pack it all around the jewels, so to speak, of that neighborhood. Oh. Sorry, I just bought myself a new tripod because the other one was falling apart. So, and we're going to place this dude in there as well. The Germans might want to get that. You got a victory condition for Denmark, Netherlands, and Belgium together, and they might want to get those three pretty soon. There's only 4 turns left. And maybe stop that. Oh, a little correction there. Yes. On the unit profiles, it said a shipyard had to place within rail of at a shipyard within rail of the home country and the major factories. But then it said Navy bases have to be placed the same way. So technically, since there's no rail from here, which is the home country, I don't know how I'm supposed to be able to place a ship there, a ship here, or a ship anywhere around here, because that's technically not home country. Yeah, so I guess the British can only place ships on their home island as well. Otherwise, everything falls apart. Now, these by rail are connected to that factory, which means from any of these seaports or naval ports are also connected to the major factories at home, right? And Russia's the same way. Russia built a rail that connects these to that one here, so they could place here. So technically, I don't know, maybe the Netherlands wasn't allowed to build the ships they built here either. Maybe they should have been built at the home factory, because they have to be built at a factory at home first, right? Anyway, that's one of those weird things in the rules where one section says one thing, another section gives you more detail, and it's a little different. So place units and the unit profiles for the factories have different information, just for your info. Anyway, so I moved those German vehicles back there. Looking back on it, the British may have decided to attack this fleet instead, but what they successfully did in the British turn there, I think, is in the long run better for them, especially since the American fleet's going to be coming up right away here. The American fleet is technically at war already. So yeah. Anyway, we'll leave that there. Now let's move on to the Italian turn. Might as well just put them both together here. Italy's gonna finish that, or move forward that carrier that it has on the build chart there. It's gonna start a tactical. Ooh. Oh. I just had a brain fart here. Maybe it's not going to start a tactical because Italy wants to make sure it's got enough capital ships. I don't have any more capital ships. So it needs to make, for a point there, it needs some capital ships or land units, more than British. So we're going to move this one forward. But instead of doing this, we're going to take $5 out of there. And we're going to start one of these, because there's just enough turns that I can place it the second last turn or skip a turn. So we're going to take off the tactical here. No, we're just going to stick with what we got. If we build this every turn, starting the next turn, and we'll be able to place it at least in the med. Britain might want to think about that once they get this stuff sorted out. Yeah, so Italy is going to be buying a single technology role. It will be moving forward that light carrier. It'll be building 2 infantry and a tactical. Now, Italy's got a couple of combat moves, and I'm just going to show, we got a convoy right here. I knew I had a pointy thing somewhere. Got a convoy right there. We've got another convoy right here on the same line, the Mediterranean line. And then this aircraft, the seaplane came out of Gibraltar. It's going to be on combat air patrol to attack that sub for 1 round. Because the sub can't shoot at a plane, so it's probably just going to submerge. So if that seaplane misses, whatever. And the other major attack here, we got this thing going on here. So these units over here, those units over there, the 2 fighters, I can't seem to make this guy stand up. The 2 fighters, the 2 tacticals, and the motorized all came from Cairo, and the tank, the mech, and these infantry all came from Egypt. And it's an attack on Nubia here. So we're gonna roll that one out, and I think that's it for the attacks for the Italians. They don't really seem to be staged up too well to do any more attacks at the moment. I'm just going to move these guys to the battle boards there, and then we'll be back. We're going to do this attack first here. This is the Africa from Egypt to Nubia, and what we got here is a commander for the Italians, so everybody's been bumped up. No commander for the British, so they're still down at their standard defense values. All right, let's just get rolling here. So, all right, we got 2 tacticals at 8. Target select. 2 hits, 2 5s. We've got 2 fighters and a tank. There's no aircraft to fight in their superiority, so there we go. That's 7. That's 3 more hits. So that's 5. We've got a mech at 4. And we've got 2, 4, 6. And I'm just going to roll half my infantry here. 6 infantry at 3. Nada. And then we got 4 infantry and motorized. Another 5 at 3. And we got 2 more hits. So 2, 4, 6, 7 hits. Nothing was first strike, so 5, 6, 7. There we go. So the British are going to roll 4, 5, 6, 7 infantry at 4. And 2 hits. And then they're going to roll 2 mechs at 4. That's 1 hit. So, and 2 tanks at 5. Nothing. Alright, so the British got 3 hits back. Let's do this the easiest way possible. We'll get rid of 1, 2, 3. We'll just stack that up together here. Oop. I knew this was coming, so I chipped out that red one for 5 singles. Alright, and that is the end of the round. Let's get some Italians rolling again. So 2 8. 2 hits. I don't think we need to worry about the target select. We should be okay. 3 at 7. And 2 more hits. Yeah, that's all we needed. Done. There we go. As you can see, 2 tanks and 2 mechs, they're gone. They get to roll back. 2 at 4. Look at that, 2 hits. Let's leave those up there then. And 2 at 5 for the tanks. 6 and 3 hits. Just like that. Easy peasy. There's 3 more. And we're done. Casualties are off the board. And that's what's left. British have nothing. And we'll just place those guys all in Nubia. The aircraft have to fly back home somewhere, but it'll be easy enough. They're all going to fly back to Cairo. So yeah, there's the site of the fight. Just dump all these guys back down. And these aircraft, I know that's not non-combat move yet, but they moved 2, they got to move 2 back, so they're just going to dump themselves back into Cairo. 2 MAX 2 fighters. Alright, now we got a couple of convoys. And handily we got this this nice little, there we go. My new stand is a little bit higher up. I'm kind of liking that. Alright, that's a convoy. There is no escort for the British. So the British are red at no modifier. And the Italians are black with a +1 for the coastal sub in there. And if you're wondering why I'm wearing a sweater again, it's -30 outside Celsius. So I don't know what that turns into. Oh, look at that. 5 + 1 versus a 4. That is a difference of, versus a 2. Difference of 4. So we're going to take off $4 from the British. That means the British are at 6. So we've maxed out their damage on that line. Right? The nice thing is we got this convoy over here. And there we go. Let's get you a little bit better view of everything. So we got that convoy over there. But this convoy has an option. It can do the same line, which is maxed out for the British. It can do the South Africa line, which is worth 3, or it can hit that line, but the Germans already took 5 off of that line. So the best income that it can make is this one right here for 3. That's the most damage it can cause. It's 3 here, 2 on this to the French, and they can cause 1 to the British on that one. So you go with the one where you could take 3, right? At least that's what I'd do. So on this line, there's no escort again, but the submarine is +2. So we're going to do the same thing, black +2, red, face value. So we got 4 and 1, difference of 3, which is excellent. So, man, I need to make change for the British here. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll give them 3 to here. We'll put 2 back into the British pot. So the British actually only have $13 in the bank now. They've been pretty much smashed around here. All right, so British convoy. There. So yeah, that was a very expensive round for the British on convoys. I don't know if you can see them all. Yeah, you can. So 6 here. 5 there, and then another 3, right? So you got 11, $14 lost to the British in convoys. It's expensive. All right, and I noticed something about my new escort rules here, where I adjusted them, where I made it so that you can only attack with an escort if it was the same zone. I think that's going to be almost too advantageous to the convoyer now. So what I'm going to allow the escorts to do is attack their own zone and the zone next door. Alright? We'll see how that works out. Okay, and my final battle of the day, for the Italians anyway, is this one right here. One sub is getting attacked by a seaplane. Subs can't shoot planes, so it should be pretty self-explanatory. It's going to be 1 round, and then the sub, instead of shooting back, is going to submerge itself. So we got one attack at 4. But he came from a commander's location, so he's bumped up to 5. And he hit. Perfect. And the sub can't shoot planes, so can't shoot back. Done like dinner. Alright, now we're into the mode of non-combat moves for the Italians. Oh, we're right here. We got the dice out. Let's do this first. Alright. Wartime economy. We've got 6 and 3 for 9. And we got 1 dice roll for attack. We're going for improved shipyards. And we got it, 7 or higher. I don't know if you can see that or not. There we go. So, improved shipyards. The Italians now have that. And Nubia. Nubia is worth how much? Oh, we can't forget that most important part. Nubia is worth $1. So that's going to be Italian. So the British go from 20 to 19. And the Italians go from 14 to 15. Alright. Half the stuff the Italians have is worth no money. But good luck taking all them away. Alright, so they get that 2 victory points for having 2 places that they conquered that they didn't start the game with. And they don't need to have a point value. Now, so $9 for the income. Now let's take a look here. What are we gonna non-combat move stuff around with? Oh, I'm really liking the angle I get with this new mount. These planes have already flown. These transports, this stuff here. You know what we're probably gonna just do? We're gonna consolidate everything up to here again. Because that's where these are gonna pick up from. We still got our 1 guy on escort duty and our 1 sub that did a combat move. And the sub outside of Gibraltar did a combat move. And that's all we're gonna do this turn. We can't place that carrier we built forward, so we're just going to move it to stage 2 there. Next turn we can place it. That's why we bought an extra plane. Alright. So, Italians, place units. We can't place the carrier. We can't place a die. But we can place 2 dudes in here. Bringing us up to, wait a second, that's a big mess. That'll bring us up to 5 dudes. Five Italians, 3 that were already there, plus 2. I don't know why. No wonder I was losing Italian infantry pieces. I got a Marine, yeah, I got dudes scattered around everywhere. Alright, and let's place one of them actually in Rome. Never hurts to have something in your capital, huh? Hate to surrender because you did something stupid. Like we almost did with Japan there. It's a good thing I didn't see that. Oh, and the tactical. There we go. So Italy is going to be collecting its $15. Plus it gets Italy's collecting its $15, plus it gets a bonus of 2 for Gibraltar, 2 for Cairo, and 2 for no surface warships, so it's sitting at 21. And then we fluked out and we got a $9 bonus for wartime economy, so we're going to gather up 9 extra bucks. So where are we sitting at there? 20, 30 bucks for the Italians. Very handy. All right. And nobody else is going to be convoying the British here, so I'm just going to take this money off. Oh no, I'll leave that on there for my summary video. Somebody might want to know what's going on. There we go. All right. Oh, and this plane, of course, flies home. I don't know if you can see that. I'm on the other side of the map. So yeah, non-combat move. That seaplane's going to go back home here. All right. That is the Italian turn and the Netherlands turn. All we got left now is the USA, and I'm going to have to do some head scratching and C-zone measuring and whatnot to figure out what the heck we're doing with the Americans. All right, leave it there. Okay, she's the American turn. This is the first turn they're at war, so they get to build their land units for $1 cheaper, which is why we're building strictly land units. 2 elite Marines at 8, 2 regular Marines at 6, 2 packs of 5 regular infantry for 20, and $5 tanks here. We had 20 bucks left over, so we made 4 of them. And we're going to do those 3 tech rolls that we need for the 3 American tech there on stage 3. Jets, long range, and strategic rockets. Those are all required to be completed by the end of the game in order for the Americans to get their bonus victory point for having tech superiority. So let's just do that roll. All right, jets, we need an 8. That's a fail. Long range, we need a 7. That one we got. That will be handy. That means the Americans have long range aircraft this turn that can affect whether they can, what they're flying. All right, and what's the other one we need? We need strategic rockets with a 9. Nice. That's 2 out of 3. That ain't too bad. So we failed jets, but we did get long range aircraft. Oh. Okay, what are we doing here? Whatever. There we go. And we did get strategic rockets, so there we go. They're useless to the Americans unless they say get a place in 2 spaces away from somebody's major capital like Berlin and build a rocket. That would be handy. Or on the edge of France, like Belgium maybe. Ownership of Belgium. Yeah, so we still need jet aircraft, and we still have 4 turns to do it. So that's a guaranteed victory point if we can ever roll an 8 or higher. All right, so combat moves. We've got this very complex combat move on this side here. Not really that complex actually, but let's show where everybody came from and where they're going. So the 3 transports came from here. We cleaned out San Francisco, took everybody who was lying around. We went 1, 2, 3 from our own base, so we got the movement bonus. And we're going to drop off a commander along with, what do I got there? 4 elite Marines, a light tank that's going to be sitting in the water for round 1, and an infantry. We'll be bombarding with Iowa class ship, 2 regular battleships, a cruiser, and 2 destroyers against 1 militia. And if that's not successful, this is where long range comes into effect. The aircraft started here. They moved 1, 2, 3. They only had 1 move left, so they couldn't go onto the island and then back. But now they got 4 and 5, so the aircraft could participate in the battle now that they have long range aircraft. Before they could not because they only had a move of 4. Couldn't return anywhere. All right, so that is my one attack. On the other side of the map, we got a non-combat move, but we're out of range of everything. So we're just going to do that attack right now. So I can't remember if the Iowa class is a higher bombardment or not. Let's double check that page here. Iowa class, bombardment of 5. Okay, there we go. So 1 at 5, miss. 2 at 4. There, that's all we needed. We needed 1 hit. So the militia doesn't even get to shoot back. The Japanese militia would be dead. And we will be look to see what the land zone's worth there. It's worth 1. Alright. So we're gonna put American roundel down on that. So one of these commanders is on the island with all these land troops, and one of the commanders is in the ocean with all the Navy. Alright, that's pretty self-explanatory. So no losses. Japan goes from 37 to 36, and America goes from 33 to, or 63 to 64. And I hate calling it America because, god damn it, America's a continent. You're not all the United States of America. I'm the state of Canada in America, and I'm not united. Not part of the same federal government. Anyway, the United States, yes, but not the United States of America. You're not all of America. All right. Anyhow, what do we got here? I did my tech rolls. Got that done. And to show my last non-combat move here, we've moved the fleets from Sea Zone 43. We left the coastal sub behind there. And from 30, and they managed to either move 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3. I don't want to separate this fleet because the Germans might do something crazy to me. And I'm just out of range of all the Germans because they can't get their battleships to me. And I don't believe they can get their aircraft, all of them, to me and back home. So that's why the Americans are there. That way, if the Germans do something crazy like snap at those British, they will get counterattacked by the Americans. And the Americans also flew this one bomber there. And ignore my comment about America. I was just screwing around. I know a lot of the people that watch my movies are from the US, so. Anyway, yeah, it's the little things that you only notice when you're not from there. Yep, like I accidentally put the troops in my capital. Anyway, did I bring a commander? Yes, I did. I meant to bring another commander on along for the amphibious assault. He's in the transport with those dudes, and the other commander's with the Navy. All right. Yeah, that's it. Time to do some place of units. So let's place some units. I'm gonna drop 5 dudes and two regular Marines. I'm gonna throw 2 regular Marines in New York. And we're gonna place 5 dudes in the capital. That leaves us with a little bit of defenses there. We're going to also put 2 tanks in Texas. Now, on the other side, we're going to put 2 elite Marines over here, along with, yeah, we'll throw 2 tanks. And a single dude, and then we'll throw 4 dudes. We had 5 dudes we built on this side, and we'll just throw them here in Great Plains. That's 2, 4, 5 built there, and 4 built here. And we can rail move a couple guys there, so I'll figure that out next turn. So the Americans have a major income change. Alright, what can they build here? American bonuses they get. Can't remember what it was. I think it adds up to 75. 12 bucks, yeah. 63 plus 12, 75. Plus they took over a place, so they get 76 bucks. 50, 60, 70, 5, 6. There we go. 76 bucks. If I used all the 5s and 10s, I wouldn't have enough for everybody else to have anything. Alright, so that is the end of the turn. Quick overview of the tech there. There we go. And there's a quick overview of the final incomes. I'm not going to bother telling you everything because I'll be going over that in a summary video not too shortly. Alright, anyway, I'm Ryan Kirkus and have a good day. Hope you're enjoying these things. And if you don't want to watch this kind of video where I show every little turn, watch the summary. It shows just a quick flyby of that at the end of the turn. Have a good one. Bye.